Right now, hundreds of visitors are checking out the Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular at the Minnesota Zoo. It is one of their most popular events. But not many may know what it takes to keep this attraction glowing all season long. We're talking about a staff of pro carvers continuously carving their works of art for the entire run of the event. Rena Sargentopoulos shows us why, how, and even a few tips for your own jack-o'-lantern skills.
I've never actually seen this many pumpkins in my whole life.
Prepare to be floored.
I think she's the one that got hit with the house.
By the most amazing collection
Big giant clown.
of gourds.
There's the ginormous pumpkin. There's the tiny little ones.
The Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular at the Minnesota Zoo is exactly that, a feast for your senses.
I can't even count, even though I want to count.
Don't worry, kiddo, we've got you covered.
So there's over 5,000 jack-o'-lanterns that light the whole forest from the ground to the trees.
Brian Christensen is with Passion for Pumpkins, the company hired by the zoo to make the night come to life.
This pile over here is going out today.
Planning actually starts in early September, designing the trail and getting a jump start on pumpkin production.
So we'll do over 200 pumpkins before the show even opens. And then we just have round 2 already prepped, and we'll be able to carve those as needed.
Why? Because the show is 40 days long and nature's gonna do what nature's gonna do.
As soon as you gut them, it's just a time bomb ready to explode out on a trail. It's in the middle of the woods. There's bugs, there's fruit flies. Temperatures are erratic.
At any one time, there are more than 100 of these intricate carvings on the trail, with 10 to 20 being replaced each day. Up to 600 being carved over the course of the show.
This is an astronaut pumpkin.
Which means it takes a team to help keep things terrifying.
It's almost done. I think another 30 minutes should be ready.
Nick has been working on this pumpkin for about 6 hours. He's one of 20 artists who, for a couple of months a year, step out of their real world to be part of this Halloween experience.
So I've done a lot of work on video games and some advertising campaigns, stuff like that.
Now, he's a sculptor of squash.
Once you get into the flow of it, it's kind of meditative almost.
Erin, too.
Well, I'm working on the Boundary Waters.
You can usually find her teaching both drawing and painting.
But you kind of need these big pumpkins to be able to get it to glow the right way. And I don't even know where I'd buy one.
The pumpkins weigh in at 50 to 120 pounds. The artists start by drawing and painting using black ink. Then they do something called relief carving, using tools like sharpened bobby pins on wooden dowels, somehow creating entire scenes by making highlights and shading using nothing but the pumpkin for color. Only then are they scooped out.
We'll take it in this dark room and we'll be able to make final touch-ups, knowing exactly what it'll look like out on the trail.
This is Brian's take on American Gothic. He, by the way, is a tattoo artist, among other things, in his other life. And when this temporary art becomes food for the squirrels, another will replace it, meaning every time you visit, the experience is different.
I haven't seen anything like this before. We really appreciate the time it took to do something like this.
So I guess it's true. The devil really is in the details.
I really liked that.
Rena Sargentopoulos, KARE 11 News.
Well, in case you're curious, the carvers use a special variety of pumpkins called Prize Winner. Brian says they are smoother and have softer skin. The Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular runs through November 2nd, and you can get your tickets online. Tips for carving at home. These are good. Brian says cut the hole and gut it from the back instead of the top. That way you don't weaken it by cutting through the natural structure. He also says a drywall saw works better than the small tools that usually come with kits. And this is a great tip. Use an orange marker so you don't see the parts of the design you left behind.
I like all those tips.
I like it too.
Yeah, and I always love the stem anyway. So then it's kind of cool if you do from the back, because then the stem just kind of gets to be
collapse into it.
Yeah, because it could be kind of really cool part of it.
How did I go all these years using a black marker when orange is really so obvious?
And it was a Sharpie. Yeah. So it was like,
There's
it'll
always,
come off,
and
Mom.
there's just a little
Why
bit of
did you
a
mess
line
that up?
left, you know, a little bit of the black line.
I have to say the only thing I wish, and I know there's people who do this, but I have to figure it out. I love the whole pumpkin thing with your kids and all that. Remember that? But I just hated the digging out of the stuff. It was so gross. I didn't ever want to make those pumpkin seeds. I'm sorry. I didn't want to put them in the oven. You know what I mean? Some people did that.
Yeah.
No. No.
Too slimy.
So we have to figure out who will do that, and then we'll carve it up. That's what we'll do.